Hey guys, welcome to the Blind Way podcast number 2.
You did it this time.
I did. I'm Shane.
I'm Eric.
I'm Calvin.
And today, and I'm just kidding.
Shit, I'm here too. What are we discussing?
We're discussing the fact that when we go through McDonald's drive-thru, Eric does not put pickles on his double cheeseburger.
Well, it's not exclusive to the McDonald's drive-thru. I don't like pickles on sandwiches at all.
Why?
I just think it ruins the bite that pickle is in.
Well,
I came for if I'm getting a hamburger, I'm not gonna get a pickle on it. Do I like pickles? Yes. I like pickles by themselves sometimes. Sometimes when I accidentally get a pickle, I'll take the pickle off, put it on like a couple fries, make a little pickle sandwich.
You eat
on
fries with pickles?
Maybe.
No, maybe.
Well, but I've had...
Do you eat like banana peppers on fries?
No.
But are you insane?
But didn't you just say that the pickle will ruin the bite of the hamburger?
Yes, but what else did I say? I said I came for the hamburger. The fries are not what I came for. So if I ruin a bite of that, I'm not that upset.
Why did you order the fries if you didn't come for them?
They just it's a value meal, right? I'm trying to get the good bang for my buck.
You weren't expecting fries? They were fries?
Their fries are there. They're fine.
Fries.
So what you're saying is you like...
Some fries, motherfucker. What I'm saying is I love a good hamburger, and I feel like pickle ruins it.
Okay.
It's a pickle.
With that, I'm going to ask you a very simple question: why do you go to McDonald's for a good hamburger?
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like to me you like meat. You like the taste of meat, am I right?
I like meat and bread and cheese and onion and various condiments.
You don't think onion is overpowering and ketchup?
No.
Cheese.
I will defend Eric here. McDonald's onion is not overpowering at all.
That's why...
It's a texture.
What did you hear when I went to the drive-thru?
You said, give me a double cheeseburger
on the real,
with extra onions and extra pickles and 2 breakfast wraps with 4 hot sauce packets. Yeah. Make sure there's 4.
I didn't say hot sauce packets like I'm out of breath though.
Well, I was trying to match your inflection. Okay. Like here, you're really emphatic.
Eric, I don't usually like pickles.
Okay.
But if you get a... I don't usually like the pickles.
He doesn't.
At least you don't like them though. You don't pick and choose.
But if I get like a good like
pickle Nazi,
like Angus hamburger with some cheese, onions, like those like some lettuce, tomato, and then those like rigid, crunchy pickles on them.
Yeah.
Fuck, those are good.
And I hate that.
What?
No. Because let's say
Eric.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me explain.
Okay.
So that Angus burger you're talking about, how many bites are in that burger?
Fucking, I don't know. 20.
There's 20 bites in it, right?
Okay.
20?
That's what he just said.
I said 20 bites.
You got a small mouth.
I don't know.
It's a big ass burger.
I can eat a double cheeseburger in 2 bites.
No, he's talking about a...
Dude, this is like a good Angus burger, What if it's like the size of like a double Baconator or something,
Double Baconator is like 8 bites, maybe.
8 bites? Fuck you.
8 bites. Triple is like under 10.
Calvin, I've watched you eat. You don't eat anything fucking that fast.
Unless it's
nachos.
nachos.
Because unless it's nachos.
You can't eat pussy that fast.
Eat pussy that fast.
Yeah, just say it real quick. It's like, how am I gonna say this?
What?
It's like fucking yes.
Damn it.
Cut that out.
Okay, so let's say it's 20 bites. I personally think it's probably more like a dozen or 15, but that's fine. Okay, so how many of those bites are then ruined because you have this awesome hamburger, you got the cheese, you got all that stuff.
Awesome.
And then when you hit a pickle, the whole bite just tastes like a pickle.
No, it doesn't.
It's like the center of a warhead.
It ruins the whole bite because I came for the hamburger and the cheese, and instead I got this invader invading on my hamburger, Aaron.
On your experience.
My hamburger experience, and this pickle sneaks in. He's like, no, it's all about me this time. And I don't need that.
I never had a pickle so invasive.
It's like the center of a warhead, man. It's good shit. It's right in the middle
I'm
of it.
just saying, when I say no pickle, and I trust these professionals to do it, and I'm eating, and I get one, right? I'm just like, and I have one, my whole bite's ruined. Like,
ruined?
Yeah, let's say it's 3 bites of the hamburger, right? I mean, I've lost...
It's like one bite.
How much time have I lost?
Once you bite that pickle...
If there's 4 pickles and there's 4 of the bites.
Do you equate...
There's like 1 pickle. I had extra pickles. Do you equate
eating with time gained and time lost? I think that's your issue, Eric.
No.
It's like, I gotta make up time. I gotta eat all this.
That's not in the context of the argument.
Okay. I'm just... something that you said confused me. I wanted you...
I'll say this. When I cook a good burger, Angus beef, with barbecue sauce, spices, and baked little crumbles of bacon and cheese mixed into the burger.
Yeah.
Medium cooked.
I mean, hell, at that point, you don't need anything else.
Yeah, I'll just put cheese on there. I won't put any condiments. And that...
You gotta have ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise.
If you put barbecue sauce on anything, you shouldn't put pickles on it. Because the barbecue sauce is like a smoky, kind of a tomatoey, sweet kind of flavor. You shouldn't put anything really, really salty in there because it's.
Hey,
I will agree that if you spice the burger right, and you put like a really cheap pickle on there, and it's all watery and nasty, and it just
I get that. I understand.
it can ruin it. But if you just have a regular, good lean burger patty, and put pickles, a little bit of ketchup.
With that fucking crunchy, ridgy pickle,
man.
Those are so good.
I need crunchy and ridges. I'll go get ridges, the potato chip. All right,
Those
I don't need
with
this
bronze chip
this fake vegetable masquerading as something awesome. I hate it. I don't want it. I don't like it. I want it out of my life.
I want a double cheeseburger with no cheese.
Well, it's
say
just
that?
it's
It's
a
fine.
double burger.
Yeah, exactly.
I just hate the pickle. I hate the experience. I hate when it accidentally is forced upon me.
That's
Okay.
why I like it in every bite. All right?
Yeah.
What about
That's
that?
always there.
As I said, I get extra pickle, so it is in every bite.
Now I know I'm being divisive, but hey, let's go with something that's inclusive. What's something that's amazing? When you go to Burger King and you got fries, and there's an onion ring in those fries.
I hate onion.
Oh,
I hate them. I
Fuck
never
yeah.
order onion rings, but
fuck yeah.
when it's like that bonus onion ring that you didn't order and it's
Oh,
there,
yeah.
I was like, oh shit, that's always the best.
You know you can order half and half fries and onion
I
rings?
don't even heathen
They-
that would do that.
They mix them?
Yeah,
Probably
you can
socialist, atheist millennials.
there's a button
Such as
at Burger
yourself.
King where you can order a half fry, half onion ring. Like a large half fry, half onion
You've
ring.
seen this button.
I've been told of the button.
So it's just...
It's just like it's like a
it's
cheesy
just
cheddar.
hearsay.
It's like a cheesy cheddar burger
How
at
come you're
Wendy's.
preaching your fake 50-50
No.
shit?
It's like a cheesy cheddar burger. It's not on the menu at Wendy's. But if you go in there and say cheesy cheddar burger,
So you're saying
they
you got
give
the
cheesy
hookup to
cheddar
this shit, and no one has heard about it.
burger. It's there.
What's that cheesy cheddar burger?
Call Matt
A
Wade.
cheesy cheddar burger is
We
like
had him on during the filming of The Pit, remember?
I don't remember shit.
I
Yeah.
learned about the cheesy
Yeah,
cheddar
I
burger
told
during
you
the
they
filming of The
put-
Pit.
yeah.
I was busy.
Okay, the cheesy
What the
cheddar
hell are you
burger
doing?
is just it's a single patty burger with cheese on it, but then
Okay.
they put like this like melted like
Cheddar sauce.
cheddar sauce on it. Yeah.
It's like a nacho cheddar sauce.
Yeah, that's what
it's
it's
not
kinda
like a
like.
spicy cheddar. It's like a really sharp cheddar sauce on
Okay.
top of it. It's really good,
yeah.
dude.
And then you can add bacon if you want. That's what I do.
Fuck yeah.
A cheesy cheddar burger, add bacon.
All right.
Do you guys remember Rax?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I love
My
wraps, man.
dad, when he was
Roast
in
beef,
a,
right?
when he was
Yeah.
in a good mood,
He used to have one here in Marietta.
would bring home Rax all the time.
When he was in a good
Dude, we gotta talk about your dad a lot because he's becoming like a legend on this podcast now.
You guys want to hear some stories about my dad?
I mean, we'll
I heard.
eventually.
We'll
Eventually.
get
As
there.
they
Let's
come
let it happen.
naturally. I just wanted to point out that this character will be coming in and out of our lives as we
I
talk.
try to get him out of my life. My friends keep having me bring him up. I'm telling you, when I was in school, my friends would beg.
What about your Rax roast beef story? I want to hear this.
No, it just my dad used to get Rax and bring it home, Rax roast beef, and then they got rid of Rax, and it was a very sad day. So my dad's 12 deeper into drinking. no, he was already drinking.
I used to love Rax roast beef, and I was so sad when they closed it in Marietta.
Yeah.
And they had one still over on
Yeah, there was
Southside
those riots
Parkersburg,
going on and
and
shit.
it wasn't as good.
Yeah, it
And then
was.
there was one over in Lancaster. I ate there,
Yeah.
and I swear I think we got food poisoning from there. It was
Yeah,
terrible.
we got
Yeah.
food poisoning from there, too.
Yeah, it was a terrible place. I used to love Rax roast beef. Now I
Then
just do
they
it-
came out with Arby's over
Yeah,
here.
I gotta deal with Arby's. So Arby's is okay.
I like Arby's.
Arby's was okay.
I
Honestly,
like Arby's.
There's some things that I prefer that I can get at Arby's, but man, Rax roast beef on Friday afternoon. Dad came home from work and said, "Okay, kids, let's jump in the car. Let's go for a drive." We used to drive out country roads,
To the big town?
out 26 and stuff like that for like an hour and a half. Then we'd make it into Marietta,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, where's everybody want to eat?" And it was like, "Rax, we want to go to Rax." And it was like, "Okay, we'll go through the drive-through." And I used to get the same thing every time. I don't remember what it was called, but it was delicious.
Sure.
And I just, I legitimately, it's been so long ago. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember it. It was the best roast beef sandwich that I've had.
Yeah.
I think Rax was better than Arby's.
Yeah.
I know there was a story of Melanie, like, she wanted a roast beef sandwich, and her family was they were out in Marietta, and she's like, I want a roast beef sandwich. Like, all right. And they went to Subway,
Oh.
and they got her a roast beef sandwich. And she's like,
Subway?
yeah. And she's like, no, I wanted like a roast beef sandwich from Rax. Like, I don't know. She was probably like Leon's age or maybe Colson's age, something like that. And she was like throwing a fit, and she like threw it down in the middle of Subway and was like stomping on it and stuff.
Beat her ass.
That has been like an ongoing story.
That is a
though,
culinary holocaust.
that's been an ongoing story now about like, because like she wanted a roast beef sandwich, not a cold roast beef crappy sandwich from Subway. She wanted like a nice warm like roast beef sandwich.
Yeah.
Didn't you say last podcast that geographical holocaust?
Yeah.
You're using a lot of
A lot of
Yeah,
Holocaust.
and he
Lot
mentioned
of
you as
describers.
being the pickle Hitler.
the pickle Hitler.
Yeah, you didn't hear that?
He's a pickle Nazi.
You said Hitler.
I hope I did, but I meant pickle Nazi.
I hope I said so.
Like
I can get behind that.
Pickle.
I'm good with that.
Pickle.
Pickle.
Hey,
Really?
speaking of pickles, how about relish?
I like relish.
I only eat relish on hot dogs.
Yeah.
relish.
I mean, what else is relish?
Yeah, but
good?
I had a choice though. I go for hot dog sauce.
No, relish is good, but it contains high fructose corn syrup and more sugar.
What if you get like a homemade relish without that?
I would have to try it, I'm sure.
But, I mean,
I'd have
they
to
make
judge- I'd have to
relishes.
judge it on its own merits.
It's better.
Dude,
But a Chicago hot dog has relish and a pickle. And diced tomatoes.
You know what? I wouldn't mind.
And
that.
hot and what's that?
I don't like
I
tomatoes.
wouldn't really mind that.
on a hot dog,
Yeah,
but not on a hamburger.
my hamburger.
Dude, I had it was like a jalapeno relish.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was like
yeah.
homemade. Like
I mean-
Anthony had some, whatever. He gave it to me.
Yeah.
Let me try some
Was
on
it
a hot
that?
dog.
Was it that jalapeno like mustard relish?
Kind of, I think. It was like a
Oh,
red.
that stuff was good.
good.
Yeah, that stuff was really.
I'm just
good.
saying, you guys gotta see where I'm coming from with this pickle thing.
No.
Okay. Like,
Okay.
no, listen.
On a certain level, I understand your
Yeah.
reasoning,
I gotta give you context though.
but you're wrong.
Sure. Let me say this though. I grew up on a farm,
Yeah.
a beef farm,
Yeah.
a limousine cattle farm.
Limousine.
That's the breed of cattle it is.
Yeah,
okay?
limousine cow.
Limousine cattle, grass fed, but we also do corn. You know, so some fields have
And silage.
silage. Some of them are eating silage. You know, a little fattier. They're marbled. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we'll slaughter 1 or 2 cattle a year. We have like 300. My dad just likes cows.
I like
You know what I'm saying? But we always have free meat. The hamburger that we get from these things
Good.
are so fucking good
Yeah.
that you take it on the grill, you put your slice of cheese on it on the grill, you bring it back, you got 2 pieces of we didn't have fucking hamburger buns, 2 white pieces of white bread. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh.
You just put that on there, and
I don't know about that.
And I just put like a little bit of mayonnaise, and that's
Yeah.
all you needed.
No, I agree. When I make
gotta be a bun.
when I make a,
We didn't have buns.
It's gotta be bun.
No, I will agree with Eric. If you have a really good
Yeah.
piece of ground chuck that is actually like homegrown, like
Yeah.
you're saying, then
No pickle.
you can
No
abstain from the pickle. That is
Well,
fine.
You can have a pickle
when
on the
you're
side,
going-
Aaron.
No.
when you're going to McDonald's
Yeah.
for a good piece of meat,
It's just I'm
that
conditioned.
is the flaw in your argument, Eric.
No, it's not an argument.
And you
it's
gotta
a
hide.
preference.
You gotta hide the meat in the pickle because it tastes so
I'm
bad.
just saying, if I'm going for a subpar hamburger, I'm not gonna make the thing further worse by adding a pickle to the situation.
Dude, but if you get such a good piece of meat with a
There's no
good,
It's not
pickle,
a good pickle.
With a
It's-
good
it's
pickle.
McDonald's.
No.
No,
You
home-
get your
home meat
good
with home
no,
pickle.
with a nice, crispy,
not worth
fresh pickle.
The meat will always trump the pickle.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
So
But
never
the
will I
compliment-
sully
It's just,
one bite of meat
it's the same reason you had cheese.
with one sacrifice.
It's the same reason you had the cheese or the ketchup
The cheese
or the
enhances the
mayonnaise
meat.
or the
The pickle
mustard.
overpowers.
Have
No.
you never
Yeah.
Not a good pickle.
Have you never taken a bite of hamburger and realized that there's a pickle on top of the meat? Flip the bite sideways in your mouth, stuck it in your cheek, and just like one bite you chew up the bread, one bite you chew up the pickle, you swallow that, then you start on the meat.
Calvin, I don't have time for these gymnastics. I'm done by the time you're. That's why it takes you so damn long to eat.
I have big
You're in there
cheeks.
going like trying to taste with every taste bud.
Well, that's why I can eat a McDonald's hamburger with pickle.
Well, I don't want this for me or my family or my world.
I don't think
Although-
taste buds
Eric's
compartmentalize all the different foods. in your
Eric's
mouth like that.
1 minute of eating the hamburger versus Calvin's 1 hour of eating the same hamburger.
It doesn't take me a fucking hour, Aaron.
Takes him a
No
long
pickle.
time.
It takes me longer than both of you. I admit.
Combined.
Combined.
Maybe, but I get my money's worth out of that hamburger.
So do we. We're full.
That whole dollar.
Might as well be free. How much money you're getting for
Yeah. Yeah, that per hour ratio, you fucked it all up. You're gonna be hungry an hour later. long as it took you to eat it.
Yeah, but that's why I buy 4.
Yeah, I'm like, there's 4 hours of meat.
It's not 4 hours
Sitting
of
there
meat.
shoving meat in your mouth.
That's okay, as long as it's not living.
But yeah, but a hot dog, I
Or
probably
tubular.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a pickle on a hot dog.
A pickle on a hot dog? That sounds weird. Relish.
What about relish?
I'll say for our next blind with cooking thing, I think we all need to make each our best hamburger.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know.
And I tell you like the grill.
I don't
Aaron?
know. That might take a while till hunting season.
I like the grill as well, but I
serious.
prefer to cook meat on the stove
You can do that.
That's not
because
bad.
I think it, and you cover it. I think it traps the oil and grease and fat
You know
in
what?
it better.
My favorite burger I
charcoal
made
grill, though?
was
Yeah,
on
but
a,
it
yeah.
falls-
I say my favorite. I have a propane grill, but we had this little round like charcoal.
God,
grill.
country,
And one of my
propane.
best burgers I think we've ever made was on that charcoal grill.
Yeah.
It had such good flavor. It was so juicy. It was like a red color. I'm like,
Yeah. Put some aluminum foil down.
Toss
cover
that.
it up whenever it's covered.
yeah.
Yeah.
Take it out. Put some cheese on it.
It's
toss
all
on a
juicy
pickle.
and shit.
Fuck yeah.
It's like this dull pink in the middle.
Over a number of
hard.
years, I think I've cooked my best burger. I have it like down pat. You normally. Eric's had it a couple times,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a little. I do something a little unique on it.
See, I've never gotten to, I guess, test a lot when making burgers because
I-
Melanie likes very just plain. She doesn't like onions and any of that kind of stuff in it. She just wants like meat, slight like seasoned a little bit and
Yeah.
then made. You know, I
She
don't.
likes eating beef.
I don't get to do a whole lot of stuff where I like putting it in the meat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, I remember
while you're
one time
making
I
it,
fucking
Yeah.
put barbecue sauce in the meat and she flipped out.
Yeah, like she doesn't like condiments and stuff, and it's so hard to test.
I know she doesn't like condoms.
It's just like condoms.
Yeah, I know that too. It's so hard to like test. like,
I know that too.
like making food the way I would like to try it and eat it because then I know she won't eat it at all.
Yeah, I get you.
She's a fucking food communist, man.
Yeah, I know. I do.
The culinary gatekeepers that are Melanie.
One thing I do like making though is salmon.
Salmon is good.
That's what started me in learning to cook because I had no idea how to make this fucking fish.
Then you looked up
Melanie
Gordon
loved,
Ramsay,
and
right?
Melanie loved how to make it and stuff. So I was like, well, fuck. I kept trying to cook it, and I'd flip it and stick and fall apart and be in pieces.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? And I learned how to make it, and I make it. And Melanie was like, I made it one time, and she came home. I'm like, here you go. And she's like, where'd you get it? And I'm like,
I remember
made it.
the
She's
day
like,
you did that.
She's like, was Shane here? I'm like, no. I'm like, what? She's like, well, it's like a healthy food. I figured he'd know how to make it. Did he just leave or something? I'm like, no, I made it. Like, fuck. Thanks,
Me
I
and
guess.
Melanie's relationship is like Gangs in New York. Liam Neeson's character and Daniel Day-Lewis's character.
No, you guys at least tolerate each other. They didn't really tolerate each
No,
other.
they loved and respected one another. The only thing that divided them was their faith.
Well, yeah, but they still warred. You guys weren't around war.
We war every time, baby.
War.
We're warring all the time.
War.
Every time we see each other's.
It's like a Cold War.
Cold, yeah.
Like I use you and Aaron, and she uses Aaron.
Use me. What are you talking about?
Cold War, yeah. You use other. Never mind.
I don't get involved in your
You're
politics.
like whispering things into Eric's ear and like, yeah, he said
Ear.
that.
I guess you said ear, not ears.
When do you whisper into ears?
When
You can't whisper
have
into both
multiple-
ears.
I'm not gonna whisper into Calvin's ears. I'll whisper into his ear.
You can.
Yeah.
You may-
What?
What's up?
No, not into his ear.
I'm not gonna be like
You whisper into his face.
jumping back and forth.
Jumping back and
Right
forth.
here.
Give me stereo, baby.
I think that'd be a good idea. Have a little blind web cook-off.
Yeah. We could try something
That'd be like a
that.
season finale.
Yeah, you have to- you have to-
Yeah.
Season finale is the
Or a
cook-off.
crossover with game night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want to do crossover.
Yeah, crossover with game night, and
Yeah.
whoever wins.
Not cross-dressing Aaron. He's all excited over there.
He didn't.
He's
say
already
anything.
cross-dressed and look like you.
He's trying to
Shane.
He can't pull it
Yeah.
off, though.
He's wearing a tank top today.
I don't know. He's pulling it off more than
Oh.
you pull it off.
I liked my. It was a nice Superman
Give an
one.
opinion of 1,000 people.
I'm gonna be able to start tanning with this on.
Yeah, he's not
I
showing
said to Mel.
nipples.
I said to Melanie, like, I didn't do tank tops so I can tan more. I don't have any tank tops. I just have shirts.
When are you
You
outside?
can go outside to get tan.
I go outside.
Aaron's like,
go
you gotta go outside too?
I mow and I walk around outside and stuff. Like I go to the store.
Yeah.
That's sun.
I'd never get out in the sun. It's kind of crazy.
You're in the sun all fucking day now. What are you talking about?
I know. I know.
You just fucking lying.
I just seen Aaron catch it.
Amazing.
Well, I don't care.
Amazing joke. What's your guy? Okay, I have some quirks about eating. What's your guys' weirdest quirk about you with you? Like, what's something that whenever, like a preference or something that you do that you don't think anybody else does?
Nuts.
Nuts?
I don't like
Lots of
sauce.
people don't like nuts.
Nuts and peanut
People
butter.
who
one
are
of the biggest
allergic
food.
to nuts.
It's a-
Well,
it's
I don't know that.
I get nuts all day, I don't want any more.
Besides wheat and gluten, it's the biggest food allergy.
Yeah.
So like just like something.
Crazy asshole.
Like, I like ketchup on my eggs.
Me
No.
too. Scrambled eggs.
No,
Yeah.
that's a
Well,
sacrilege.
any egg.
Sacrilege.
I don't put on like a medium, like a sunny side up egg or anything like that.
No.
Yeah. I'll put them on anything.
Ketchup does not go with breakfast.
Yeah, it does.
Fried potatoes.
No.
Oh, shit, dude.
Do you get some fucking butter, onions,
Fuck.
fried potatoes showed on, baby? You got some fried potatoes going, dog.
You sure do. No,
Baby, you got a stew going.
I gotta say though, I learned that all from my dad because he used to put ketchup on everything. My dad does ketchup so much that when
I've
he
heard
eats
this
one of those amazing Whiteley limousine cattle hamburgers, he puts ketchup on the whole damn thing. He takes a bite, and ketchup just oozes out the side, right? And now inside the bite is area that's not covered in ketchup. So he takes the ketchup and he layers it where his teeth marks were. Now he has another pool of ketchup in which he can get more ketchup with his bite, right? If it was pickle juice, I would hate it. But because it's ketchup, it's enhancing the flavors and shit.
So if your dad,
I don't do this.
if your
He does
dad
this.
would have had pickles everywhere instead of ketchup, you
Yeah.
probably would have liked pickles instead of ketchup.
Maybe, but I probably would have hated myself for what a terrible thing I'd done.
No.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't know about it, but I'd emotionally come out in me. I'd start beating people.
I really can't. I really can't think of any food quirks or anything. I pretty much eat anything, really.
I
Yeah.
pretty
I
much
like peanut butter and waffles,
Yeah.
peanut butter and pancakes.
Okay.
I also like
Never done that before.
He hates
I don't
Will
like
Ferrell
that.
and he hates peanut butter.
I don't like peanut butter.
I also like cornbread and soup beans with ketchup on top.
You had me until the ketchup part.
Yeah. Cornbread and chili, dude.
Cornbread and chili is
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
shit.
That's
But-
good shit.
I mean, that's like tomato soup and grilled cheese.
Is that better?
Yes.
That's better.
No. Chili and
Uh-oh.
peanut butter sandwich is pretty fucking good.
What?
That is
No, that sounds terrible.
I know people that put peanut butter in their chili.
I've done it.
I
I've
don't
done
do
it.
that, but Zach growing up got me into that.
Yeah.
And Joyce said they did that in Dallas, Texas.
Peanut butter?
It's
The
kind of
peanut
a
butter
southern thing,
sandwich,
yeah.
you dip in the chili. I don't get it.
Ah.
Why do it?
Yeah.
It's good. It's more protein too.
Man, I feel like it would ruin everything.
And in terms of quirks, like my sister, she always goes and gets a salad where we're at. You know, like if there's like a salad bar, but she never gets lettuce. She just gets the toppings.
Yeah.
She used to.
Yeah. No, she still does it.
Thought you said her fucking husband made her eat.
Not lettuce.
What?
Not lettuce. She still does it, but yeah, she just go and she would just get like the
Like
the
peas and cheese.
yeah,
all
the
that
toppings and like a little bit of like fucking
Sour cream.
dressing and shit in there. And then she thinks she's like, I'm like the big kids. I'm eating salad. You ain't eating salad. You know?
Yeah.
It's like eating just the icing and like you're saying you're eating cake. You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's eating all the toppings and
Yeah.
shit.
That's a weird food quirk.
That is a cork.
I guess.
No, it's
I
not
mean,
pork.
like for me, like when I was young, I used to be real picky, but I'm not anymore. Like I've made an effort, like in my late teens, early 20s, to try all kinds of different kinds of foods, and I went through a health kick, and I incorporated it in my life, where I try to eat pretty healthy, and that involves eating a lot of kind of different foods or weird foods or plain foods. I really like cured meats.
Cured.
And I like a lot of like salted canned meats, like in a like when this
You're bringing up.
Like
You're
spam.
gonna talk about Vienna sausage.
during
You
the war,
son of a bitch.
during the war, like cause like
During the war.
yeah, the Philippines, when they got a lot of imported food, they had a lot of spam and Vienna sausage and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
So you're saying
So
that
my household was filled with spam and Vienna sausages. And
Wait, you lived during the war?
no, but
he's talking about his
the
mom,
culture,
his mom, the culture.
Oh,
affected
so
his
your mom lived in
his
the
mom
war.
infected him, and now he's trying to infect us.
I ain't shit.
I just love Vienna sausages.
No.
When he brings these stupid little pieces of shitty meat over,
I got memory problems.
and he opens them, and he's always like, "Hey, you like a Vienna sausage?" And he puts them right under my nose, so that it just assaults my nose. Nothing I can do about it. You
Yeah,
know?
usually he just eats out of my hand.
No, I do not, and I
You-
never do. And
Back
never
in the
will.
day, I would
No,
do that.
No, you ain't no fucking Catholic father that I'm getting body of Christ from, right? It's not happening. I'm just saying, you would open these fucking things and put them down. You like Vienna sausages, and it's happened 25 times in my life, right? And
Every time you get
he
Vienna
just
sausage
won't,
and
he
bring
just
them over
won't
here.
fucking remember that I hate him and never will have them, and he just keeps doing it. He did it to me last week.
Yeah. since I've known you and we started doing the whole blind wave thing, he's done it to you 4 times that I can remember.
Calvin's already got a counter. Spit
got-
Vienna sausages.
And he's offered them to me 3 times.
I hate him.
And I took it the first time. I ate one. I accidentally
Once
swallowed
I do-
half of it and spat the
Once
other
you
half out.
deny me my Vienna sausages 3 times,
He's done it
The cock
25 times.
the relationship changes.
I'm just saying, man. Once you open them, you've infected the whole room. It
Spilling your
seeps
juice.
into the walls.
Spilling the
Takes
pickle juice and
48
shit
hours
all over
for
the
it.
floor.
I'd rather just bathe in pickles than go for that shit.
And I used to, summer sausages.
Yeah.
I love them. Well, in high school, I would literally like walk around class with
Aren't those like in a stick, like right?
Like a
you,
plastic
like a
stick.
salami.
and you can cut them.
I used to walk around school with one.
I like that shit.
I used to walk around school with one with a fork because you couldn't have a fucking knife,
Yeah.
Post 9/11, and then I would like cut it and eat it during class.
Jalapeno and cheddar in it.
It depends.
Dude,
Sometimes.
we would eat
But-
those with like crackers and cheese.
I remember Mr. Burke would.
Yeah.
Why the hell are you bringing that shit to class all the time? And I'd just be sitting there on my desk with my book and summer sausage.
Yeah.
And of course, I get all those tubular meat jokes, but I just fucking love them, man.
Yeah.
Love those.
I can get behind that.
I never just carried stuff around school, really, but I remember one time, like, when I was eating lunches in high school, I'd usually get pizza, because they'd have, like, pizza, like Tony's Pizza every day.
Yeah.
But there was some days where, like, I gotta get the actual lunch, like Country Fried Steak Day.
Oh,
dude.
We had Warrior Pizza Day, which was, like, a better pizza, but, of course, I'd get that instead of Tony's, because it was better. But then it was, like, like KFC. It was, like, fried chicken, you know what I mean? And it was good. And I was eating mine, and then a friend just didn't want theirs. For some reason, she just didn't want to eat it.
What the fuck?
I'm like, all right,
Slapping God in the
all right,
face.
I'll
Lucky
take,
son of a bitch.
I'll take yours too. And then the bell rang, and we were getting ready to leave, and I was finishing up this piece of chicken, and I saw this other friend who was heading to the trash can with their piece of fully uneaten chicken. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I was going to throw this away. I'm like, can I have it? She's like, sure, here. So I took it, but the bell had rung, so I grabbed some napkins and wrapped it up and carried it to chemistry class. And I'm just sitting there at my desk. I'm like,
Handling all these.
opening up my chicken and stuff, and then the teacher walks in. I'm sitting there just eating this like fried chicken, and he just looks at me and goes, Elliot? I'm like, Mr. Chadwell? He shook his head and then started teaching class.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, most of our teachers let us eat in class.
I was saying, as a fat kid in high school, I would not have been able to get away with that kind of stuff. So here's Eric. He's eating.
What was the story that you and your friend on the bus or whatever you were telling me about?
The what?
The bus or some shit?
What story?
Fucking you and your friend got kicked out the bus.
Got what?
Kicked out the bus or some shit?
For what?
Sure, it was Eric.
I swear to God, you told me the story one time about
I know it wasn't me.
you
off
and your
the bus
fucking
for what?
friend got kicked out the fucking bus because he was fat or you were fat or some shit.
No. No, Shane. I was telling you a story about Kevin Smith being kicked off an airplane.
Oh, tell it. It's hilarious.
It's not my story. You can go listen. He told it on a podcast.
Tell it on our podcast.
You're drooling, Shane.
Someone else's
Because it's so
story.
funny. I'm
It's not
frothing,
my story.
I'm frothing at the mouth. Tell the story.
No, it's just. I mean, if I'm pretty sure I have I'm pretty sure I have all the details correct. But Kevin Smith got kicked off of a Southwest airline
A flight?
because this is when he was a lot bigger. He has since lost a lot of weight now, but stewardess came up to him and he had he was sitting in the chair. He had his seatbelt on
You bought
everything.
2 tickets, right?
No.
Okay.
He was fine. Like he said he usually does just for the comfort of it, just being able, put his feet up and stuff, but this time he couldn't. So he just sat there and stewardess came to him and said, "Sir, you're too big to fit comfortably in this seat." And he's looking at her like, we talking about? I mean, I'm sitting here fine, it's buckled, and then he's like, "Well, you're bothering other people." And he's like, he looks at the woman beside her, he's like, "Ma'am, am I bothering you?" And she's like, "No." Like
She
this-
probably just didn't want to get outed.
I don't know.
She's getting knocked out.
I don't know what it was, but eventually he kind of raised a little stink. Like, what the fuck, man? I'm on your airline like every day. I travel the country every day. I never had this problem at all. And they just raised this big stink about it. And they end up kicking him off. Right? They're leading him off the airplane, and he makes eye contact with a fat guy that's fatter than him, And this guy looks at him like for a second. They're just looking at each other, and he's just like, "Please don't tell them I'm here." And he said, "I looked at that fat man, And I knew that I could take the whole plane down, with this hypocrisy.
Yeah.
But I knew what it was like to be that man. I couldn't force it upon another fat man.
So a fat guy got the ride that day.
Yeah. So he just his eyes started watering, and he just
So he kicked him off the plane?
Yeah, he got kicked off the plane, and then he put a stink up on Twitter, and fucking they got railed, right? And he has never went back to them since.
I don't blame him.
But they were offering him all this shit. I'm so sorry. I didn't really realize.
Trying to hush.
They didn't fucking know it was this influential director.
Jeez.
So and I've heard recently that he a bunch of his flights got canceled. He had to go in Southwest.
Oh
Yeah, it was
my
nice.
gosh.
But he's lost like 90 pounds. So
Like free flights for life. Please.
yeah.
Please.
I just always love that story of that. You thought me on the bus?
Yeah.
Were you fucking with me?
No.
You really thought that?
Yeah.
He has memory problems.
When you said that, I really thought you were really talking about. Like, you son of a bitch, you cleverly led me to believe this.
No, I love this. I think I told a story like it was you.
No.
He probably
I think him on the bus made you fat. There's no. The seats are like a stool.
a stool. You mean a bench?
Yeah.
He's someone getting kicked off the bus.
There's a bench. You ain't have fucking seatbelts. Like, kid, you're too fat to sit in this chair made for 4 fucking kids. Get the hell off the bus. And there's a fatter kid, like, taking
On the
2 of
back
them.
seat.
He's like,
He's clearing the back.
No.
He's like sitting in the middle. And
He's sitting on the handicap seat, right? Where there's like
Yeah.
only half a seat.
Yeah.
He's like, no, please.
Oh, man, my bad.
Oh my god.
Have you guys traveled much? You guys have any flight stories wherever you guys actually?
I've never flown a plane.
Never?
No.
I
flew in a helicopter, one that was like a circle and completely clear.
the only time that I've taken off the ground in a aircraft, it was a 4-seater. It was a Beechcraft actually. Probably like a little 175 horsepower thing. It was really small, low wing. But we met this guy at a sewing machine repair shop. My mom was taking her sewing machine in to get it repaired and stuff like that. I think we were doing like Renaissance Festival or something like that. And there was this other guy in there. I don't know whether he was actually getting one of his machines repaired or he was in there helping or something like that, doing some helping out or cleaning up in the shop there. And he said, hey, started talking about piloting and stuff like that. My mom used to fly. She got almost all the way up, and she didn't actually do her solo.
Yeah.
And actually get her pilot's license. So they were talking about flying and stuff like that, and she mentioned the fact that none of us kids had ever gone up. And it was just me and my eldest sister there with her. He was like, well, cool, I've got a 4-seater.
Yeah.
We can just run over to Wood County Airport right now, and I can take all 3 of you up. And I was like, really? That would be awesome, cool. And so we went up for like a 40-minute flight or something like that, just loop around the Ohio Valley. And it was
fucking awesome.
It was amazing. This guy just took us up and didn't ask for any money or anything like that. He wanted to educate kids on, how badass he is and how fun it is to fly.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing, but the 40-minute flight only lasted like 5 minutes in my head because I was having such a fucking blast. Mm-hmm. I wanted to fly since I was like 5 years old. The only thing that stopped me is the money.
How old were you when this happened?
I was probably 16, 17, right in there.
Yeah.
So I was actually old enough. I could have gotten my pilot's license before my driver's license. And I wish I could have afforded it, but at that time, I didn't have a job. I didn't have a car to make money.
You have blind wave.
I didn't have... Yeah. It's just something that I've always wanted to do, but never had the opportunity. But for that guy to do that, it was awesome.
I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I want to be in the Air Force because I want to fly.
Yep.
I always thought that too.
And the reason I want to do that is because,
Top Gun. Top Gun.
What?
Well, no, actually not Top Gun. For me, it was like X-Wing.
X-Wing?
Or SWAT Cats. Remember SWAT Cats?
Yeah.
Remember that cartoon?
Yeah,
I
I remember
cartoon.
vaguely.
I never watched
Or Tommy when he was a Ninja Zord and it was the Falcon thing. Like that thing. They can do this, like fire shit.
Dude, I used to always want to fly.
But I couldn't. I know I'd never be a pilot because I was deaf in one ear.
Oh.
Top Gun and Gundam Wing had a big influence on me wanting to fly.
Yeah.
I always wanted to fly just because early in my gaming life, like one of the first games that I played was Battlefield 1942. And if any of you have ever played it, or any of the listeners have ever played it, you know that it has not realistic flight experience, but it is a blast to fly.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things on top of my interest in radio control aircraft.
That was early in your life?
Early in my gaming life. Like that was one of the
When
first.
he was reborn.
That was one of the first, like, really good graphically intense games that I played, and it's not even. I mean, it's like
Should have played Star Fox for the SNES.
I didn't have a SNES.
Or the N64.
I didn't have an N64.
Dude, I remember playing that a lot.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I think that's what really got me into wanting that, and X-Wing. Both got me into wanting to play like flying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be a pilot. I was going to go to Air Force, all that. I even talked to a recruiter, but I didn't have 2020. And he's like, well, you can learn. You just got to pay for the fuel. I'm like, well, shit. I don't know how much that is.
Fuel's a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But like we'll train you and everything for it, but you won't be able to be a pilot in the Air Force. But you got to pay for the fuel. And I was like, well, fuck.
I think they said the one of the biggest expenses is just maintenance in general, because you have to have like maintenance checks.
Yeah, you do
like
have
every
to have,
like 40,000 nautical miles or something like that.
They're very
Yeah.
intense and stringent on inspections and maintenance and everything like that.
I mean, if I had like $150 million, then yeah, sure.
Oh yeah,
But not.
But-
If I had like $1 million, like fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for something like that, for him and his wife, it was an investment because they didn't want a camper
Yeah.
because it's just slow and boring and
Hey, campers can be alright.
okay, but driving across America is not the way to enjoy a camper.
Yeah, I've done that. It's not fun.
I
Yeah.
lived in a camper.
Well,
Yeah, but
living
they
in a
fucking go
camper
anywhere.
is different
There's a
than,
time in
than
my life.
driving across America. Is my point.
Yeah.
Driving across
What about
America
RV?
in a massive.
Same thing though. Driving across America in general, especially if you're doing it a lot, can get tedious.
Oh yeah, I know
In a-
people
in a
who've done
big
it. Like,
vehicle.
they dream about doing it their whole life and they love it.
What if you have like one of those real big, like meet
Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Fockers.
Meet the
things.
Fockers has like a
Like a-
CIA
yeah.
thing under there.
Like a 42-foot
Yeah.
thing.
Plus, I mean, you're fucking driving places. You know, like you get out like every
driving
day.
places.
But if you could
See new
get
shit.
there and visit there without having those stupid drives,
Think about
It'd
it
be
this way:
better.
if you could fly,
Depends who I'm with. I mean, I've had road trips where
I
it
like
sucks.
road- yeah.
And then I have road trips that were like 15 hours and it felt like nothing.
well, yeah.
You know, just hanging out
it
and
depends
shit.
on the experience itself. But like, think about it: if you had a
Yeah,
two-day
me and
drive,
fucking Carmen Electra, I'm gonna be okay.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
fair enough. But
First time.
the first time, the second time, she has nothing to do with
Next
you.
time she keeps complaining and bitching about where you need to stop and she wants to go here and you're like, we ain't got time. And
Now
the
when
kids
you-
in the back are crying.
Yeah, first turn my head, I'm good.
Melanie or Carmen?
Open window.
Melanie.
Okay.
Wait. Melanie.
All right.
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson
Melanie.
or Melanie?
Scarlett
You
Johansson.
do
That was
have a 5 list, right?
Better tell me the truth.
What color's her hair?
It's fucking the one that it's Avengers.
Which one?
Two.
Not the bad one. Not the
Okay.
straight hair one.
It's Iron Man 2.
Scarlett Johansson.
Okay. Over your wife.
Scarlett Johansson. You know, have you seen Home Alone 3?
Yeah, she's in it.
Yeah, that movie kind of. I mean, I didn't.
I mean, I saw it once.
She's like,
when I was a
she's
kid-
like Russian in there, isn't she, or something?
No.
Doesn't she have an accent?
She's the fucking daughter. Like, she's like the sister of Alex, the kid who's left at home.
For
Girl.
some reason I was thinking she was the bad guy, but no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that bitch is like 30.
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah.
That was one of the first movies, like, as a child, when I was like, man, this sucks.
Yeah, it's not, I remember thinking it's not as good, but I
Definitely.
watch it all the time.
But it's better
But
than
because
Home Alone.
I like the bad guys.
It's better than Home Alone 4.
I never even saw.
I didn't
Home
even
Alone
know there was a 4.
Dude, it's like some mansion shit and stuff and Christmas and...
What I didn't like
What?
about it is because she just, like, she came home every day and left and came home and left. Like, he wasn't left at home for a while. He was just staying home.
Yeah, but he was sick for several days
Yeah.
and all alone each day. So it was like over the course of like 3 or 4 days of him being sick with chickenpox home alone.
And he's freaking
Alone with
badass.
chickenpox?
Like he had chickenpox, she had to work, the husband traveled and went somewhere, and then his older siblings went to like school. So he would be home alone, and the neighbor lady would come over and check on him sometimes if he needed anything. And shit was going on, and there was some kind of like computer chip thing. It wasn't like these guys just wanted to rob the house. He got an RC car for Christmas that somehow got switched with another car or something.
Yeah.
Sounds like
And it
fucking
had-
toy soldiers
And
shit.
it had
does.
some kind of special like weapons chip.
Weapons
that
grade
they- that they
processor.
stored
You seen
on
Toy
it.
Soldiers?
They're talking shit.
But like they stored it on this to like hide it. and then it got
gosh.
switched by like the dad somehow, and he ended up with it. So now they're after this weapons chip, and they're trying to figure out which house it is on this dead end street because they know it came to this street. And then over the next 3 days or so, like he calls the cops because someone's breaking into this door over here, and no one's there because they're like special agent Russians and stuff. But they get thwarted by this kid and his traps.
What?
I like 1 and 2 because it's just regular burglars
Yeah.
that are stupid trying to just steal shit.
Yeah, that's believable.
And then this kid who knows they're there sets traps as opposed to like them breaking into an empty house where no one's there. But these ones were like special agents doing this like certain
Yeah, fuck
things and
that.
like
Well, they're trying to up
whatever.
the stakes.
I love 2 so much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Home Alone, but he ain't home. He's alone.
He's lost in New York.
He's on vacation.
Your stolen credit card.
Yeah, exactly.
Jack, don't count your tips in public. An extra large bed, TV, and one of those little refrigerators you have to open with the key. Credit card? You got it.
I love that. I wanted one of those so bad when that
Oh,
movie came out,
dude,
you
like,
know?
that movie
That
probably
little
sold
recorder,
$1 million.
That fucking hobo with all the
The
pigeons.
pigeons?
Yeah, pigeon lady.
Woman?
The pigeon lady.
Yeah.
She scared me.
Dude, you needed her to beat the game. Did you guys ever beat the game?
Fuck no.
Never played the
That
game.
game,
I didn't even know there was a game.
that game sucked.
That game
sucked
sucked
ass.
and was fucking hard, but I beat it. And it took me so damn long.
Was it like a Turtles game?
It wasn't that bad. But it was
That bad.
hard. It was hard to beat.
Yeah.
And I played it so much and then finally got to the final level and I had no idea what the fuck to do because you're jumping on these things and there's a Christmas tree and you're like bouncing around on these branches. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm just like bouncing around and they were
Lion
bouncing
King.
around chasing after me. I beat Lion King too.
Well, I did. I beat
That game was
Lion
hard
King.
too, but I
Lion
beat
King.
it. Batman Forever? No, I didn't beat that one.
Did your parents ever keep track of the games you guys played?
No,
No.
not at all.
Mine never did either.
I don't even think mine even kept track of what games I had.
Yeah.
Well, then we were about the time we were about 14. They started passing laws where you had to be a fucking 18 to buy a game that was you had to have some
Rated
idea.
18.
Yeah, like a mature game. You had to be.
As I got older and met you, I started keeping a listing of all my games I had. So if I ever borrowed them out, I'd write down who it was that had them and
Yeah.
stuff. So I knew where they went and who had them and whatnot too.
Yeah.
I mean, I mostly played Nintendo
Yeah.
throughout my childhood and into high school and stuff. So I never had to worry about the mature games that you couldn't buy or anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, my parents didn't. I mean, even if I did that, they wouldn't really care. I mean, they let me watch rated R movies when I was real young. You know.
I mean, if I was playing GTA 5 when I was 12 and my parents walked in, I was getting a lap dance by a naked girl, I think they might say something.
I don't think mine would, honestly.
They weren't naked though.
GTA 5?
Oh, 5. You're
Right.
San Andreas. You could also have the sex game if you went into the coding.
If you went
what
in-
they call it?
Got
the hot coffee.
Hot coffee.
Hot coffee, yeah.
Yeah.
what game did you guys ever get scared playing games?
Scared? Fuck.
I've never been scared playing.
Yeah, I did.
I'll tell you, when I was like 7 years old and I was watching my cousin play Resident Evil, we were switching on and off, and the first time that zombie turns around
And looks at you
in the mansion,
mansion.
that scared the shit out of me.
See, I never played any of those games. I was never good at like the horror games because they did kind of scare me. And I remember playing Silent Hill 2,
Oof.
and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play this game. It's gonna be fun, but I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna shut my door, turn off the lights. It's like 9 o'clock. It's dark outside. Let's go. And my windows were still open with like the screen there and stuff.
So
And
you're
I was
thinking,
getting-
so you're
left your
thinking, oh
window
shit,
open
someone's
to
out
you.
there looking at me.
I didn't. Yeah, I started playing. Did you guys ever play Silent Hill 2?
No.
Fuck yeah, that's a
Okay.
classic.
I'm playing, and like I'm walking, I'm like on a street. I'm like, okay, I'm some guy, yada yada, walking, whatever. Okay, and I go down like these stairs, and I'm at like a beach, and I start walking into some like fog and stuff, and I start hearing this growling and stuff all around me, and I'm like, what's that? And I keep going. I'm like, fuck, what is that? And I started thinking like something's outside my window, and I turn off the game, and I shut my windows, and I laid in bed, and I never touched it again.
You never played it again?
I never played it again. I still have not beaten it.
Wow.
I never touched it.
Well,
And I'm pretty sure, I never even saw a creature. Nothing. I didn't see
You
shit.
just heard growling, and you're like, no, I'm done.
I got scared by the environment, freaked out because I lived in the middle of the woods, and it was dark outside, and I couldn't see what was looking in my window, and I quit. And then I turned on Star Wars, lay down, and tried to go to bed.
Yeah.
Like your
well, I mean, like
Comfort place.
pillow.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough that like me and Zach or Gus and Jordan, we'd all play them together, switch on and off.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So I don't know too.
See, that's the cheating way of doing it.
We just social gamers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've always been more social anyway.
Like I played a shit ton of one-player games with like a million people, just pass it back and forth.
Eric, did you have any hard games you ever played? I don't know how much of a gamer you ever were. Like how much you played.
I mean, I played a lot of video games. I generally played like games that I liked over and over again. Like I loved Earthworm Jim, loved Zelda. I played Zelda more than any other game. But I played a lot of Smash Brothers and Street Fighter.
So
And
the first Zelda game was hard, wasn't it?
not really.
Regular Nintendo one.
I never got fucking anywhere.
I mean,
It's
just-
known to be the
Like,
hardest.
I just don't remember ever playing it for the first time. It was just one of those games that was always around and we always played it. So, like, I always just knew the maps. I knew where to go, you know?
It's known to be the hardest, but just not the problem solving.
Just because it's non-linear,
the
really.
combat and the controls it's more brutal.
Yeah. But I've never been scared of a game ever. I can only remember one time in my life ever being scared of a movie or a video game. And it was Tales from the Crypt. Remember that?
Yeah, like
Back in
from
the
the
day?
series or like one of the movies.
I don't remember. I know it was Tales from the Crypt, though.
Okay.
It was like one of the first experiences I had being, like, almost, probably the only experience being scared. It was a story about a young guy that was marrying rich old ladies and then killing them and then just taking their money, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And eventually he gets to one that just doesn't fucking die. And she just won't die. She keeps trying to kill her. She keeps just coming back.
Coming back?
Yeah, but she keeps, and then like, and he
What's he
can't,
doing, like,
he can't,
poisoning her?
he can't go to people and be like, hey, this lady's not dying. You know, she just keeps coming back. But she keeps like dying and, I don't know, eventually she was just this old fucking lady with like black eyes and no teeth and like going like, kissy kissy like this, you know, to him. And he's like, ah! I remember being behind the couch and be like, ah! So like, the only time I've ever been scared was like,
Old ugly
marriage, you know? It's like, take my
That's why
money!
you have a fear
Take
of
my money!
That's why you have a fear of commitment.
It's not fear of commitment, it's just, I'm not rushing anything. You never know who could be married.
yeah.
Some undying old lady.
Yeah.
My game that I played that is lost, I haven't been able to find it ever again, was Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
And it's
Was
lost?
Was like, yes!
It's on the
That's
Wii.
terrible.
No! Not, I guarantee it's not that one.
It's
This
not
one-
the same version.
This one was like an RTS style, where like
For what console?
it was a PC game, and you created like a camp, and you could get supplies that you would find from like crashed vehicles or crashed planes and stuff, and you would get these supplies and build like tents where you could like rest and get your HP back up, or incubators, and you could go out and fight dinosaurs and steal their eggs and take them back to incubators, and then hatch eggs and get your own dinosaurs. And then run around with dinosaurs.
fight the dinosaurs?
To fight other dinosaurs. And then in Lost World, there was also like that, you know, there was Ian and his group, right? That's who you played as.
Yeah.
But then there were those other assholes who were out there just capturing dinosaurs and being assholes. They would fight the other dinosaurs, but you also had to fight them too. And eventually, like, it took you through the storyline. You had to escape this island.
Yeah.
But you played as, like, you know, you could play as Ian or his daughter or the camera dude, whatever his
Vince
name was.
Vaughn.
Yeah. And
Nick
then,
Van Noen.
yeah, you could play as, like, all the main characters that went there. And, like, you would just work, like, gathering resources, completing whatever objectives you had to do, whether it was, like, activating some kind of, like, signal beacon or locking something out so raptors couldn't come after you or whatever.
Yeah.
And there'd be, like, T-Rexes and stuff, but if you found the eggs, you could hatch your own T-Rex. And it was so fun. And if you beat it all, like, I think if you 100%ed it, you got an extra level at the end where you had to play as a T-Rex in the city, running around just destroying shit.
Oh my
and you had
gosh.
to find your baby.
And then they came out with Rampage.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something.
But it was such a
guys.
fun game. I wish you could find it again.
Why
That does sound like an
did
amazing
Ian
game.
Malcolm go through such a personality transformation between the first one and the second one?
I don't know. Mel and I were talking about, because we just watched the first one the other day on Netflix.
Fuck me
And
too.
she was like, is it weird that Ian's like a sex symbol in this? You know, like he always has his shirt unbuttoned. At one point when his legs all hurt, he's sitting there kind of like this, like just kind of laid back with like his shirt all the way open, just with his hair flowing.
I don't think he's meant to be sexy.
know?
I think he just,
He's meant to be a womanizer because he talks about it.
I just think that he just, the
Is she,
actor just
like,
happens to be
available?
he's a good guy, good looking guy.
Is she like available or something? Why? Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about in the first one he's a little more annoying and he's a little more nerdy. and he's not as well liked by everyone. In the second one,
No one likes him in the first one.
that's what I meant in the first one. In the second one, he's more of a hero.
Well, it's because he has a daughter, right?
Well, he has
there-
kids.
It was because Sam
He's
Neill.
3. Hell yeah, 3. I love
that.
kids.
Sam Neill
Because Sam Neill wouldn't come back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's that, but there's also the fact that he went through this harrowing adventure with dinosaurs. Probably changed the guy a little bit.
It would
Yeah,
probably
that's
humble him a
true.
little
Yeah.
bit.
And he had a daughter now, which he didn't have before.
He had 3
Yeah.
kids. He said it. He said, "Do you have
I'm
kids?"
just saying.
Hell yeah, 3. I
I'm
love
the-
kids.
I'm just saying that if I was on that island the first time,
You cut
and
your hair and
somehow
just become
my,
badass.
my fat ass
survived.
survived,
You-
I know that I was impeded by my fat.
You probably would have been Newman.
So I would have came. I would have gotten away. I
Newman
wouldn't have
on
been
the toilet?
fucking with the fucking sign.
No.
Going, I
Spinning
wasn't
it.
doing that.
Spinning the sign.
I wouldn't. I fucking drive this all the time, asshole. You know?
I'm gonna run you over when I come back down.
Yeah.
Dwayne Knight, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I'm sure I would have been impeded. So the next movie, I would have been fucking a Adonis golden god so in damn in shape because I don't know when I'm going to run from dinosaurs again.
No, you
know?
wouldn't have been going back.
I won't be wearing sandals ever. I'll always wear sneakers because I have to run.
Did you think it was weird in 2 that
Yeah.
Ian went back for Ellie, wasn't it? Isn't that what happened? Ellie went there, so he went back to help get her back?
I mean, he just knew what it was like, and he's like, we gotta get her back.
I didn't feel like him and Ellie were that close. I felt like...
Ellie.
I thought... I was thinking...
Sarah Hardy. How many Sarahs do you think are on this island?
I haven't watched it for a long time. I was thinking it was Ellie that
Need to
went
watch
back there.
it.
No, Ellie doesn't appear in that one.
Okay, she didn't appear in 3 either, I don't think, does she? She didn't appear again, ever.
It's Ellie. Wait, is that the same
The
thing?
door locks!
The blonde girl.
Ellie!
Yeah.
She's in the third one. She comes at the end with all the fucking battleships and runs.
Oh yeah, she's at the very end of that.
Oh,
one.
fuck that.
Yeah.
She,
No, he goes to.
Yeah,
he
she
goes
wasn't
to.
in 2 at all.
In 2, he
Right?
goes to rescue his photographer,
girlfriend or something?
girlfriend, scientist.
Why the fuck
Yeah,
she
and
got
his daughter, like,
Because Ian Malcolm convinced her to go.
stowaway?
Well, not Ian Malcolm.
yeah, she's still
John Hammond.
John. Yeah.
Hammond, the old
John
guy,
Hammond.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was in bed, right?
He was
like
sick.
ill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 basically I don't think needed to be made.
I've never actually seen 3.
There's that one part where he's on a plane and he's having a dream, and it's a velociraptor in his dream, like sitting beside him in the plane. He looks over and the raptor goes, Alan!
Yeah, that's so ridiculous.
That's that one part.
I didn't
have to
hate
reveal.
3.
Fuck.
I didn't like it.
And I didn't dislike it too much.
I like-
It was my least favorite.
I
There's
like
cool
William H.
parts.
I like William
And
H.
I love
Macy,
Sam
and
Neill
even
so
him
much.
being in it, I didn't care. you know?
Pterodactyl parts are really cool.
It's
Yeah.
it's visually really good and
Go!
Oh,
There's a
The
bunch of
calling
raptor
one.
stuff in there, which was cool.
yeah, they probably
Well,
did that
'cause
as
they were,
like
they were like talking
trying
to each
to-
other.
well,
Yeah.
it
And then you have
shows
the
them.
Spinosaurus.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
they
they-
try to crowd out the fucking T-Rex.
Yeah, and then they brought him back. They tried to do it again in the newest one, and they brought him back. He
Like, fuck yeah.
fucked shit up.
Jurassic World.
Yes.
Like the first time I watched it, it was just I enjoyed it a lot. Like it just felt like it was frustrating because the characters were making decisions that a person in that situation wouldn't have made. I feel.
Which one?
I mean,
what are we talking about? Like the
I
kids?
mean,
Like
It's like when
the,
that kid fell in the grill thing, man. You gotta.
well, no, like the woman, like the woman who was in charge of.
People make mistakes.
She's a woman.
I understand,
Shit
but
happens.
she kept making the same mistake. She would never escalate enough to try and contain the situation.
Bryce
She would also
Dallas?
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
whatever her
give me
name
an
was.
example.
She
It was
kept
all-
using the minimum amount of force
It was
that
all
she
because
felt.
she didn't want it to die because it cost so much money.
Yeah, but also
it should
think
have been
about how
like-
many people died.
Yeah, when she shouldn't have been like that.
Well,
But that's because people think of money sometimes and don't think of other stuff. And they're like, we gotta save this money that's running around killing people.
Yeah, but it wasn't like an exorbitant amount of money. It was like a couple $100 million. So what?
Like,
Yeah,
what-
I got that buried in the backyard, man. It's all right.
No, but
Baby
when you're
Leaf Dinosaur
talking
again.
when you're talking about the most popular theme park in the world,
But
and they're pulling in so much money.
no. But it's dying.
Yeah, that's the thing. The
They
Dominus
needed
Rex
that to
was a big
bring-
investment. That
Yeah.
they had to basically recreate themselves a Dominus Rex, and it was very, very costly for them.
Yeah, and it was gonna be their new. You know how Cedar Point or any theme
was
park,
their newest
they
attraction.
make those new attractions.
Yeah.
They spend money on it. Now, if that attraction's killing people, it's gonna cost them a lot of money to tear it down. But if you ain't got that money to build a new one or fix it, you're gonna be dead.
So they're just
your business is
So
dead.
that was my issue with it. Rather than just taking the hit and saying, "Okay, we made a mistake.
So the theme park's closed forever.
Kill the monster. the theme park closes and none of these people die.
Well,
That should have been the decision they made, rather than the park closing anyway because all these people die.
well, yeah,
Just
but
kill the monster and be done with it.
they should have done that.
They
Yes.
should have done that.
In hindsight. Well, just
I know, but at the times that the characters made the decision, I don't feel that those characters, having been in that position, having witnessed the things that they witnessed, should have made the decisions that they made.
I don't think they witnessed much.
No, I don't think they witnessed much either. And I think when they sent the
And remember, they
team-
covered up the deaths of all the ones in the first one, so no one even knew about it except Ian Malcolm.
Yeah. Whenever they sent in the people to capture it and everything went haywire, from there on, I think they tried to start really containing it, and they couldn't. It was too late. You know what I mean? They couldn't get ahead of the situation and catch up with it. Because they started sending in more drastic measures in helicopters and shit. You know?
Untrained pilot.
And things kept on fucking up. Well, they didn't have a real pilot. Things fell in place poorly, and that's what happened.
I've
Yeah.
only seen it once, but I need to watch it again.
I've only seen it once, too.
Yeah.
I've seen it 3
I don't
times. I just
remember.
watched it the other day, though. One thing that the movie
No, I've
does
seen
so
it
well is just like the kids in this world that the park's been open for 10 years. They're bored with dinosaurs. They're like on their iPad and shit like that.
I just don't get that.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they talk about in the movie. Dinosaurs have been around for 10 years.
No, I get that, but we've known about dinosaurs for how many years? Kids still fucking love dinosaurs. We don't even have any.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
in that world
reading
they
about it in a
existed.
stupid book.
They said because what she said was it's like going to the zoo, and to them it's like
No, it's not like going to the zoo though, because I can just go 2 hours and go to the zoo. This is like in a tropical fucking paradise. How much does it cost to go to Jurassic Park? You know,
A lot. Jurassic World.
Yeah, it's like going to Disney World. It's never fucking everyone's gonna be like.
She said in the movie the explanation was it's
Yeah,
like
I just
seeing a
don't-
rhinoceros.
I just don't buy that.
I don't
No.
buy that either.
Well, you gotta look at it this way. The older kid didn't give a shit because
Yeah.
he's seen it, but the little kid was like, "Oh my god, look!" And he
No, I get what they're going. I just don't buy that story thread.
See, the thing about it is, with that argument, then all of today's zoos with normal animals should be closed. Because they're boring. We've had these animals for how long? Everybody's fucking seen them. You go to the zoo how many times in your life?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I still love it. My wife doesn't care.
Yeah,
And even my son.
I cannot believe that in 10 years, every person in the world would be bored with dinosaurs.
Especially
If we could create
because
them.
there's no way every person in the world has even seen one yet.
Right?
Maybe you've seen like some pictures or stuff. Or
Like
some
in
video.
10 years, with the 5.8 billion people on Earth,
Yeah.
how many people would you have to have in your
I'm just saying, like, how long has
every
how long
day.
has fucking Disney World been around? It's never. No one's ever bored of it. Yeah, they open new rides and shit, but it's not like.
But it's not like if they don't open a new ride every year, then the park closes.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Fucking
loses.
Disney World.
It
The
loses.
thing
Eventually, it gets to the point where it's like, well, I've been there, I've seen it. I want to go to somewhere else instead of here.
Yeah.
Even our zoo, Columbus Zoo. I mean, I'm sure it used to be just a zoo. Now they have rides there. I think there's like fucking like water
Yeah.
park there too and stuff. You know, that's not just a zoo. There's
The
more
idea-
shit.
But
more
that's
attractions.
a regional attraction. This is a worldwide attraction. There's only
Yeah.
one place.
And that's the thing
I just don't
too.
see how the money could ever run out if you did
No,
that.
one thing they see in the movie is that anyone can make dinosaurs now. That's the thing. And that's actually what the next movie's about. Like, they have competitors making dinosaurs, and they're going to use them for warfare and all this other stuff, actually.
Well, that was kind of seeded in the first one, but they were more wanting it for like military hardware
Yeah.
rather than just competition. So I can understand it from that point of view, but actually,
Well, the thing about it was...
Shut up, Kitty!
The Jurassic World cost a lot more for upkeep
Well, see, the other
than the
thing.
fucking Columbus Zoo, which is one of the best zoos in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The other thing you might think about too is like, if it costs this much, so you can only cater to this amount of people because of how expensive it is to come here.
how expensive is it to go to Disney World
I don't
for
know.
a family?
I've never been there.
I mean,
I've
it's,
never been there.
it's very expensive.
It's
Yeah.
like a 1 year, maybe not even every year vacation
I mean,
for a
I went
family.
once.
And it costs thousands of dollars.
I know some people that go there at least every year.
Yeah.
I was looking up because I was actually looking, take some friends there and all this other stuff. I was looking up the most expensive way you can go there. If you go there and go all-inclusive, free meal, stuff like that, family of 5, be $25,000.
I got that.
But then if you go,
Yeah.
if you stay on the outside resort, it could cost you a couple grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Family of 5. It just depends.
I'm just thinking
Like,
like
imagine Jurassic World.
I'm just thinking, well, Jurassic World is on its own fucking little island, though. It's not like you go into Orlando, you fly into Orlando, and then you drive over to Disney World.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to cost more to be flown in or ferried into Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah,
I don't think, honestly.
And then they, you know, there's no cheap hotels. You have to be at one of their hotels.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
as expensive it is, they're probably only catering to the, top 20-30% of the population of the Earth. That actually
I
have
think
money,
the way
you know what I
they
mean?
did it, honestly, was John Hammond's original vision, which one thing that they talk about in the movie that they try to stay faithful to was, if you remember that, if let's rewind to the first movie.
He wanted anyone to be able to go.
Yeah, he wanted anyone to be able to enjoy these animals. It was a lawyer fucker who was like, we can charge anything we want a day. We can have a coupon day or something. Yeah. But
You got eaten on the toilet, motherfucker.
so I don't know, but I don't know, but if that was the right thing.
Well, he's your role model.
What?
You quote him every fucking day.
Is it heavy?
When are we doing mailbag?
Back.
Put it back. Well, see, if that's the case, then too, now they're charging less for these people that they're catering to, so they're probably losing money by having people there. They need to get the expensive stuff.
Yeah, that's a
you know?
story. I mean, we can't. You know, I mean, dinosaurs aren't as cool as they fucking used to be, and they're
Which
not
I
making.
still don't.
They're not
I
making as
just
much
don't
money.
buy that part.
I can't buy that.
I'm just,
I can buy it.
Because you live in
10
a
years,
world where there's no
people are fucking
dinosaurs.
bored.
I'm just saying, kids have been loving dinosaurs for how many years?
It's because we
Just
live in
bring
a
them
world
in
without
book.
them.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I mean,
fine,
How
but-
often do you want to go to the zoo?
All the time.
Really? How
Yeah.
often have you been to the zoo in the last 2 years?
I'm a fucking adult.
Yeah. How many times have you been to the zoo in the last 2 years?
I don't know. It depends.
Have you been to the zoo in the last 2 years?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
That doesn't prove shit.
It's-
I'm poor.
okay.
I have no one.
Okay, so
I
now
go by myself, some fucking creep.
poor no one Eric isn't going to see no fucking dinosaurs
I
either.
would. Yeah,
You
I
would make time.
Yeah.
That is not an argument that you can make.
It is.
Sorry.
Fuck yeah. I
Now,
would.
That is
okay,
not an
okay,
argument that
okay.
you,
Now
that you can
jump.
make.
I'm gonna go and see fucking a gorilla chasing some kid in the enclosure. But if there's a dinosaur chasing a kid in the enclosure, I'm going.
Okay, now
All right?
jump 10 years later when dinosaurs have been around for a while. Maybe now it's a little bit more saturated. You don't care about going to see dinosaurs again because you've seen them for the last 5 years.
And Just 10 years of new people that haven't seen dinosaurs and go see dinosaurs.
Maybe all those people went the first year.
What, the whole fucking world went and saw these dinosaurs?
Yeah.
7 billion people.
7 billion people you saw in 10 years.
That's ridiculous.
We got to remember, like,
No way. If that happened,
They're-
then
they're
they have so much fucking money
Okay, I'm not
that
gonna
they
say.
just fucking it'd be crazy.
I'm not gonna
They
say.
could fill that pterodactyl enclosure with $1
They can
bills.
stop that dinosaur with the money they have.
Yeah, they could
I-
build a fucking wall like Trump wants to with dollar bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say a zoo, the first year a zoo was ever built,
Sure.
probably got a lot of attraction.
Yeah.
As things went on and it became more popularized and stuff,
Yeah.
I'm sure it declined, and they wanted to keep their costs and everything. You know, they had their costs; they got a hit.
They had their
wanted-
overhead.
Yeah,
they
but
wanted
the
to get their money
difference is
in.
that, like, okay, I can go to the zoo and see a rhino.
Yeah.
I live in Columbus. Or I can go to San Diego, I can go to the zoo and see a rhino there. Or I can go to London, I can go and see a rhino there. But I can only see dinosaurs in this one place.
Okay.
So the value of that place just skyrockets, and the interest skyrockets. You can't compare it to a zoo because
You can't
zoos
compare it
aren't,
to anything else because
zoos aren't unique in that way. There's only fucking one of them. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying?
if there was only one zoo, it would probably have to try to like keep attention.
I
after-
doubt it. If there was only
after
one zoo in
years
the
and
whole
years
world.
and years.
Well, the thing about it is there was kids who were being born. When a kid's born, you know what I mean? Like, my son, if he was born in a world that dinosaurs already existed in.
Yeah, they always say with dinosaurs. They always say. I've heard it said.
Who's they?
What I'm saying is I've heard it said that one reason that
Michael
kids one of the reasons that they really love dinosaurs is it's like a common thing for young kids to like dinosaurs. They're generally one of the first things they learn about that's bigger than their parents.
Yeah.
Like they're bigger than life, you know. That's why they're so fascinating because they're bigger than your dad. They're bigger than your mom, you know.
So many fucking animals
Yeah.
that are bigger than mine.
Yeah, I know, but dinosaurs are one of those things that like it's not mythology. It's not a dragon. It's not it's not
like
guarding a
in
princess.
your science book in school, you see a picture of like a dog. Right next to him is a man.
Yeah.
Then a car. Then like a hippo. Then an
Yeah.
elephant. Then a fucking dinosaur. That's
It's like
10
when you
times
go to a
taller than all
museum.
those
You go to a
stuff.
museum. What's the one thing you want to fucking see?
You want to see the
The whole
dinosaur
diamond,
bones
the
hanging
whole
from the
diamond.
ceiling.
And you pass by the petting zoo with some goats, chickens, maybe a llama. Are you stopping by there every time you pass by because it looks fucking awesome?
If it was the only fucking place in the world I could find goats, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, these fucking things exist.
But
This is the only place in the world you can find them. I'm not driving by Jurassic Park every day.
But if a zoo created a mammoth that you haven't seen in a long fucking time or ever,
Yeah.
would you be wanting to go there?
I'd love it.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to attract the whole world by this new, awesome attraction that you can't see anywhere else.
Exactly.
Which is
Okay.
dinosaurs.
Let me give you
A
an
whole
example.
brand new dinosaur.
Galapagos tortoises are my favorite animals on the entire planet. They can, in their natural habitat, they can only be found on a couple islands in the Galapagos. Okay? And when I was 26 years old, the first time in my life, I finally got to see and touch one. I'm at a alligator adventure in North Carolina.
Okay.
And at this one specific spot, I was there for a couple hours. Sitting with these animals, talking to them, petting them. It was probably abnormal for most people. And I finally got to see one. But you know what? I did go back a couple years later because I was able to because we were in that area again. But I would never ever go out of my way again to see any.
Yeah, but you didn't go to Myrtle Beach so you could see fucking turtles. You went to Myrtle Beach and there happened to be turtles there.
Yeah, but I didn't even know about this motherfucker at all.
Yeah, I know, but Jurassic Park is a destination in itself. And it's not that it's just like
No, what
part
I'm saying is, after seeing these animals that you can only see in their natural habitat, one place in the world that I would never go, ever, even though it's my favorite animals and I want to see them real bad. They're in a few zoos in the United States, and this is the only known zoo in the United States that you can go up and pet them, okay? Because they design it that way. So they're unique in that respect.
Yeah.
And I don't ever really see the need to go see them again because I was born in a world with with Galapagos tortoises. I've seen them now. I touched them all. I can go on the computer and see them.
Yeah.
In fact, when my kids were there, they didn't really care.
So in a world that's saturated with turtles and stuff like that, now that you finally saw it the one time,
And you can't, you know what I'm saying?
don't
And
feel
they're
the
not
urge of
like
going back
they're
to
not
see
just
it.
fucking running around.
I just don't
everywhere.
see it as comparable.
Like I just think of all the people I know who just wouldn't even care about dinosaurs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like my dad literally wouldn't care.
not everyone would care about
Oh,
dinosaurs.
yeah, that's what I said before. Is there's a demographic that
No,
will want to go,
but
and
John
will not
Hammond in
want
the
to
first
go.
movie said every child in the world would care.
Well, kids will care, but it doesn't mean their parents. Shane be like, Dad, I want to go see dinosaurs. He's like, fuck
They
off.
They
You know what I
make
mean?
Disney
Like,
World for adults.
Yeah,
It's made for kids.
yeah.
Disney cruise,
And then for
nigga?
parents that care and want to take their kids. We went to Cedar Point and stuff like that. It was probably just as much fun as I would have had at Disney World.
No.
I've just never been to Disney
I've been
World.
at Cedar Point like 10 times in my life. I've only been to Disney World once, but I don't remember anything about Cedar Point except for a couple roller coasters.
You Cedar
I
Point
remember
was fun.
every second of Disney World, and I was in 4th grade.
Every second.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Well, I'm honestly not.
He's using
saying
hyperbole
every
as a story.
second.
I mean, every second's every
All right, you
second.
got me. You're fucking right. Look at this guy.
slap Aaron as hard as you can.
What? Why?
This guy's just
He's just mad his dad didn't take him to Disney World. Yeah.
My dad didn't take me either, but he didn't take me anyway.
Shane's over it. Aaron's not. The only thing about Jurassic Park, that whole discussion, because is that I didn't like this sentence. Seeing a dinosaur is just like seeing a rhinoceros now. You know, I just think that's ridiculous
I
because
can
you
imagine
can
that.
go to a zoo all across the world and see rhinoceroses. You can only go to one place and see dinosaurs.
It's a small world now, though. Like people, you can turn on your TV and see one.
Yeah, but that's not
that's
not the same
you
at all.
can't make the argument that seeing one on TV is
Yeah.
the same as seeing one in real life.
I mean, it pretty much is. If you go and turn on your TV and you see a rhino on the TV, what
Yeah.
do? You see a rhino walking around eating shit
I
on the
jack
TV,
off.
right?
Yeah.
If you go to the zoo and you're looking in this cage at a rhino, what do? You're sitting there watching a rhino fucking walk around eating shit.
I mean,
you can't pet it, you can't touch it, you can't ride it. There's no difference of seeing it on the TV or seeing it in the zoo.
So you're saying that you don't need to do shit. Stay home, watch TV, and you've lived a full life.
I'm saying,
You know what?
Very
I
healthy
didn't,
attitude.
I didn't climb
What I'm
Mount
saying-
Everest. I saw a picture of those fuckers dead up there. It's like I was there.
That's different. You got to touch.
That's not the same at all.
That's different. You had to touch and climb and do shit. I'm saying
You
that
need to
kid,
walk around the zoo.
No, what I'm saying is that kid had the right idea. He wanted to touch that fucking gorilla, and he wanted to do something more than just watch it on fucking TV.
Are you seriously comparing being able to see an animal in real life to seeing it on television?
If I could touch it or feed it or
Yeah.
do something with it, I feel like that.
And you're gonna have a
merits-
terrible time at the zoo tomorrow.
I don't care about going to the zoo. honestly.
Your kids are like, Dad, look, who cares? I can see this on television. Look, get out of here.
Phone is
Throw her into the enclosure.
Okay.
Now we're gonna get more famous.
I will
I'm
say
not
this
going
just
to
so
the
the
zoo.
people who are listening
Yeah.
know. In Jurassic World, there was a small petting zoo for little kids.
See, that's fun.
So we're not saying fuck. We know that you can pet some of the dinosaurs. I just
Yeah.
want to make that clear.
the small harm.
I'm saying this: when dinosaurs have been around for 30 years, no one's gonna fucking care about them that much.
I agree.
Is the theory still that if you don't move, they can't see it? Because I think they dropped that shit.
That what?
The Indominus Rex
No, it doesn't.
has infravision.
The T-Rex is that.
No, but like,
You mean real paleontologists?
yeah.
Yeah, that's never been the case.
Okay.
They made that up for the movie.
They literally made that up for the movie.
Yeah, the
And it's
T-Rex
just
still
How the
has
fuck would they
perpetuated.
even know that? They can't examine their eyes or their brains.
Well, it was like in Jurassic Park.
some reptiles now they can't see without movement,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they look at the cavity size, the brain's the same size, well, relative to its size.
Well, that was like the.
But they can smell you, so
That was like
when
the-
fucking the T-Rex was
right there sniffing.
sniffing at them and he blows off
A hat.
the hat. I don't know how he didn't smell him. But
Yeah.
whatever.
My argument was always, okay, so you can't see the person while he's standing there. Then why doesn't he just fucking run into trees? He can see the trees. He can run past the trees. Why can he not see that
What I'm
person
saying is, I
standing
think
there?
they can see it. They look at it. They don't register it as.
It registers as
prey.
like terrain or something.
It
rather than
registers
being-
as something else.
Then why does he not spell it? He smell it.
Well, that's the argument. That's my argument.
that-
Why doesn't he smell it?
Yeah.
So I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
fucking
that was
know.
like
I was always arguing Mrs. Rao versus Greg.
that was like the Dilophosaurus or whatever it was that killed
Yeah,
Dwight, right? The Dilophosaurus with the.
Yeah.
But there's no proof about the Dilophosaurus having any spitting ability of venom or even those fucking
Well,
crazy
probably
ass
not.
things, you
Because
know?
they're
No.
made out of fucking bone.
Yeah. So like it was.
Yeah, but they fucking cloned it, and that's what it came out with.
Yeah.
Well, that's I believe in that world, you know. But one thing that was very
Believe
clever.
that?
I believe in that.
Total fiction, man.
What I'm saying is
It's
like
a believable world because of they cloned and they also spliced
Yeah.
with like amphibians.
Right, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like
The whole-
they were very smart by saying dinosaurs don't even look like this.
Yeah.
We made them look cool on
Yeah.
purpose. That's how I think that's a good way to
Because
get out of it.
most dinosaurs were covered in feathers and shit. No.
That's the new thing.
They were more closely related to like avians and stuff.
Well, Sam Neill's
So, yeah,
character said
fucking
that
hate
too.
birds.
Sam Neill said that dinosaurs evolved into birds, and that's
Go
what
away, and that's where they all went.
we're talking a long time about Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
We started talking about a game. Fucking game.
Jurassic Park: The Lost
Talk about
World.
Pickles!
Yeah.
And fuck Pickles!
We started with Pickles.
Fuck Rhinos.
Then we started talking about games.
Big Mac is my
Exactly.
favorite sandwich.
No one cares about rhinos, and no one cares about dinosaurs. Okay.
Or Pickles. I'm on. You convinced me. Good job.
All
Aaron.
right, good.
You're so fucking right.
Pickles, rhinos,
Fuck
dinosaurs.
Pickles.
I think the Big Mac is the greatest sandwich. I think.
What? No.
Or spicy chicken tender crisp.
Dude, spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's is good.
That's good,
Baconator's good.
No.
What?
Spicy chicken tender crisp.
Baconator's pretty good.
What about the
if it's made correctly fresh, it's great.
the chicken? What is it? Chicken bacon Swiss
From
from Arby's.
That's really good.
That's
Yeah,
but the Big Mac with that Big Mac sauce, I don't know if it gets any better.
No,
Big
the-
Mac. I like. Don't get me wrong. I like the Big Mac,
The
but there's
sauce
something
is
about it.
good,
Yeah.
There's more
But-
lettuce than there is meat.
but the patty, yeah, there's
love
more.
lettuce.
There's more anything but meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I like the Baconator. It's
I don't
all
buy
meat.
a burger for the lettuce. I don't like tomato on a sandwich.
Me either.
Other
Why?
than
Why
other
don't
than
you like
ketchup.
either?
I like tomato, just not on a sandwich.
When do you
I
eat a
can't
tomato
like it.
without on a
Spaghetti. I eat.
You guys
I
do
eat a
s-
fucking salad.
Okay, hold on.
Whatever I
Aaron.
want to.
What?
He's like,
nothing? I don't want to put on the
you fucking dinosaurs wouldn't really, no one would care anymore. But you eat a salad, I don't believe that shit. Fuck you.
I don't want to put on a fucking recording.
Well, he can edit it out. He's gonna.
Okay.
No, I'm leaving it in.
Oh,
I
no,
want everybody to see.
Aaron.
He was like, I believe in this shit, but
Okay, well, fuck
you
it.
would eat a salad.
Dynasty.
He was talking about tomatoes. I said, and he
He's like,
said,
how would you eat a tomato if not on a sandwich?
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, I have big chunks of them in spaghetti. Those are good.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah,
And
but
I
it's
was like-
cooked. It's cooked. That's
I
not the
was like,
same.
I'm like, well, a salad. He's like, when you a salad?
And
I
like,
just looked at him like, he's like, when you last meet?
Well, I wasn't trying to be funny.
I was like 3 days ago. And I don't want to be known for this. What?
I wasn't trying to be funny. That's why I was whispering to you, because I think sometimes you think I'm trying to be funny by legit fucking believe you.
Well, you're just a fucking idiot then. Like, he's looking at me and showing how much idiocracy you're showing. That I would never dare eat a medley of vegetables.
I've never
How could they ever do that?
I've never
What
seen
a
it.
foolish thing that if you don't tell me you're serious. Tell me I'm just kidding, and then be like, oh shit, I was an idiot. I'm glad no one knows. Now everyone knows. The whole world knows.
I wasn't making a joke. I was trying to whisper it.
You're trying to be serious.
I was
Trying
serious.
to whisper seriously that you would never eat a salad.
You're so ridiculous that it is a joke.
You think?
It's a joke. I mean, it's
world.
a joke. What happened was a joke between us.
I think we should just forget about it.
I'll try. Next time I have a salad.
I'm enjoying this
Apparently it's
conversation.
gonna be like
You should fucking
10
take your
years
picture
now.
of it and
It'll be 10 years now and no one cares about salads anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
In Toledo, I don't know, Calvin probably heard the story, I don't know. Whenever they had the Star Wars Force Awakens, like, auditioning stuff they were doing, Shane and I went up to, it was in Michigan, I think, right? We were staying at my grandma's house. We had this paper, we were rehearsing the lines. It was like, I don't know, 12 lines or whatever. We would go back and forth, we were going to rehearse these lines. And Shane, you know how he gets where he's like, I gotta eat something right now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
now.
Right now. Like, well, I mean,
Everybody,
we can go to
listen.
bed and get food in the morning. No, right.
This is everybody's problem.
It's like, all right, well, I mean, I don't know what they have in the fridge. We can probably go find something. So he goes over, and I think I went out with him at first, and we're looking around for stuff. And he's like fumbling through everything, looking. In the freezer, they had like those Tony's pizzas, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Those small little round pizzas. And he's like, well, just microwave it. Like, all right. So I went back in. I started looking at my script and stuff, and he's in there and gets out a plate and starts microwaving it and everything. And from my point of view, I'm just sitting there for like this long time, just waiting.
No, because I came back in there.
Yeah, you came back in at one point, I guess.
I
for a
lost
little
track
bit.
of time.
Yeah, but like from what you told me, you were like looking and it had like oven directions on there.
Yeah.
For like on an oven, put it in the oven for like 10 minutes or something like that. I don't know what it was.
I was like, well, put this
And it was
motherfucker
like,
in for like 4 or
well-
5 minutes.
Well, like yeah, for like he's like, well, it's a microwave, so I'll put it in there for this amount of time, which I feel like. In my mind, what I'm thinking it was like, well, it says 10 minutes. Microwave doesn't get that hot, so I'll put it in there for like 15.
No, it was
You know what I mean?
less. It was less. Because it speeds up the molecules. So
Well, he
I
put
did
it-
half the time.
So you put it in the microwave.
Usually it works.
I've cooked them before. I put them in there for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, something like that.
And it's pretty much done.
And it was pretty much they're soggy.
They're soggy, though.
but they work. I don't think he wanted soggy. So he comes back in. He's like, I'm like, weren't you getting food? He's like, oh yeah. And he like leaves, and goes back out of the kitchen, and he's just gone for a while. I'm like, what's going on? He comes again. He's like, come here now. I'm like, Shane, what'd you do? Did you catch your house on fire or something? And like I go out there, and in the microwave is like this burnt black, what I think used to be a piece of pizza. In a round
It looked like
shape.
a black banana. It was like rolled up.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awful. And like Shane starts telling me the story of how like he was out there, and like he opened it up and black smoke started coming out of the microwave. So he like closed it, and like he started
In your
freaking
grandma's
out.
house.
Yeah, it's at my grandma's house.
Yeah.
Up in Toledo. My grandma's like 70 years old or something. I don't
Poor
know.
lady doesn't know what she brought in.
And like so Shane like takes off his shirt and starts like fanning at this open window, trying to
Imagine the panic.
trying to like fan this smoke
Yeah.
outside. He's afraid like a smoke detector's gonna pick it up, something like that. Comes and gets me. We're like, what the hell? What are we gonna do with this? And it smelled so bad.
Yeah, it smelled
and
bad.
now, and not only was it like in the house, but like the microwave was just filled with this smoke, you know?
You can get rid of that.
So we're like, well, fuck. So we like, what are we gonna do?
I
Like,
said, let's take it outside.
Let's take it outside. It's raining outside. So we unplug it. We just carry the microwave quietly, as quiet as we can, to the front door. And then we just set it down on the front porch. And we're not going to just leave it out there because it's raining. So we shut the doors. We're just standing outside in this rain and this cold. Open the microwave up. Let it air out the best we can. And then we're just like, well,
Completely clean it out.
all right. And then I could take this stuff out. I'm like, when are we going to do this pizza? I don't want her to see it. So I run outside to my truck, throw it in the bed of my truck with the rain, run back to the porch. I'm just sitting there waiting. We wait, and it airs out. It's a little bit better. And we go back in, and we plug it in and get stuff out right. And Shane's like, well, I'm so hungry. So he makes like another one, didn't you? Or did you find cereal or something? You made food still afterwards.
still made food.
Because you were still hungry, so we still need more
I'm like,
food.
well, I'm still to eat, Aaron.
Oh my gosh.
My grandma didn't even know, though.
No, well,
She will now.
She probably did. She
found out later. I think
probably
she-
too
We told
polite
her
to
the
say
next
that.
morning, and she's like, oh, really? And she was like, didn't care.
I don't think we told her. I think you were like, we're not telling anybody. And I told her later. I told my mom, and then I told my grandma later on.
Oh.
My grandma was like, I think she said the microwave smelled weird, but she didn't know why.
Yeah.
But like at one point we're sitting there eating, and like I think grandma came out and stood in like the doorway of the kitchen while we were sitting there while he was eating. She just stared at us for a second. Just blankly stared. I'm just like, hi, grandma. And she just like, hi. And she said something. I don't know what she said. And then she just left.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
It was fucking weird.
I was like,
Then the next morning she didn't remember it.
no, I think she was
Did she
just
sleepwalk?
I don't know. I don't know what it was. It was weird.
That's what scared you, doesn't it?
But anyway,
Yeah, it's
she
real.
came
That's
out.
like a visit.
And she came out right after everything was done and calm.
Yeah.
If she'd have came out like a minute earlier, we'd have been like walking back in with her microwave or something. We'd be like, hi grandma, what are you
Thought we
doing?
tried to jack the microwave.
Yeah.
We're walking in. We're walking in.
I'm like, Shane, I'm not taking you anywhere anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I remember at the pizza shop in Beverly, we were doing like 50 pizzas at once, you know, and in Beverly at the time, we didn't have a conveyor oven, we had a conventional oven. So you gotta put it in, you know,
Yeah.
5 minutes,
Watch it.
flip it, 5 minutes, and it's usually done. But, you know, you have room for like 25, so you have to keep cycling them, you know? And eventually we got it all out, but we didn't realize we had accidentally made an extra pizza and put it in the second oven. So
On
we just
top?
on top, and we usually use the middle one, you know. So we just didn't know we had a pizza in there because there was no pizza missing, you know. And it was like the end of the shift because no one opened it back up, you know, and we just couldn't smell it because there's always gas and smoke and stuff there.
Right.
And when we opened it up, and it was like a thick wall of oatmeal of smoke. Like,
Holy shit.
and this thing was so burnt, like it was in the pan. It was so burnt that when you touched it, it like turned into ash. It was like ash. You couldn't like pick it up with a peeler, you know,
Yeah.
to throw it away. Because when you did that, it was like
It would just
it was like
fall
when you're,
apart.
when you're at a campsite, you try to like pick up a log and it's, you know,
Yeah.
that's
it
how
just
bad
crumbles
it was. Yeah,
'cause it's so
and we
rough.
were just like, we never tell Sam or Jennifer, our bosses, ever. Never. It was me and Kelsey.
How many things did we do there that we couldn't tell them?
Well,
Every day we stole some
Pretty much.
food.
pretty much.
Literally.
The
Every day.
the pizza
you don't
that
work there anymore.
the pizza we tossed in the back of the truck. I remember the next day like filling up with gas, and I see this back there. It's fucking like skinny hockey puck.
Yeah.
It's like all black,
Ugh.
and still even after being rained on and stuff, being wet, was
Still
still
stinking?
hard. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like it's still like tink 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 tink.
Yeah. Then we stood in the
Wow.
rain all day. Then we're thinking, thank God we're inside the building now, and there's a huge ass line in there.
Yeah.
And then we finally get to this little audition room, and we
Yeah,
open up.
there's a
It's
bunch of chairs.
It's the size of Walmart, and we're in the fucking back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's all these chairs, and then you line up along the walls, and then everyone in the chairs slowly move up and go on up, and then you get to sit down. Excuse me, you get to sit down. We're like, yeah. We're like, all right. And then we finally get up there, and like Shane and I are in lines, and we're getting up there, and there's a lady there. She's like, hi. I'm like, hi.
Kathleen Kennedy,
Yeah, that sounds right.
a lady.
Yeah. And we talked to her, and she just like asked us a question. We handed her like our resume type things.
I didn't have one.
Okay. Well, I don't think you did, but I think everyone else did, and that you could hand that.
Yeah,
to
because
them.
we're sitting by this kid. He said he's been extra like 25 movies, and
Yeah.
he's talked to a bunch of actors, and he feels pretty good about this role.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I know. And I was
Oh.
like, I've been in shit, bro.
But we were showing people like ferocity and stuff. Like, hey, check us out.
Yeah, because she asked, why do you think you should be in Star Wars? I said, because I understand what Star Wars is. I love and respect it a lot.
It probably hurts you. They probably
Maybe.
want someone that didn't really know a whole lot about it. I guess I
Maybe.
mean John Boyega does know a lot about
And I
it.
said, and because I could do badass lightsaber choreography. She goes, oh, really? I said, yeah. And I said, and I think I'm funny and handsome. And she started laughing, and she said, you are kind of cute. Now go through that door. And you walk there, and it's like fucking the cut door.
Yeah, and there's nothing there. It's just the end. So you talk to that one lady.
Yeah.
You walk out.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen
And you're done.
Kennedy.
It's not one lady.
The president of Lucasfilm.
No, okay. There were 3 people there.
I talked to Kathleen.
You were
Kennedy.
lucky if you talked to Kathleen.
I got
Kennedy.
to talk to old
So you
Kat.
didn't.
I think I just talked to some lady, some fucking woman who was like her assistant. Like who I'm
Her second assistant.
Yeah, right. Her assistant's assistant.
And you gotta remember, absolutely,
Her second
no
deputy
no
assistant.
one there in that entire city went through the good door. So
Yeah.
I don't feel that bad.
I don't know if it was a good door. I think like everyone.
I read online. There's a rumor there's a good door.
There was a rumor there was a good door.
Yeah, but we know that no one was cast because they were fucking. They're both British. So,
Yeah, they're all from London or whatever.
yeah.
I don't know. I I wish that I was hoping for like I was ready for like an audition, and they were like, okay, make sure you still put in your role online, which I did. Shane didn't.
Yeah.
He forgot to, and then by the time he was like, "Dude, I gotta do it right now," I was like, "It's too late now, Shane." Like I remember
You know, it'd be great.
when I was submitting mine.
Yeah.
I think I fucked up. I think I submitted like 3 times. I think the first time I did it, I submitted it as a female somehow. And I was like, fuck, that's wrong. So I made a whole new account and started anew and submitted again. So even
Have
if
we
they,
seen this guy?
yeah, that's how I was always, I'm like,
You don't know what lines you're doing?
yeah, so I'm always afraid, like,
You're just doing race lines?
even if I did happen to submit and they did like me, they're like, this asshole submitted 3 times. Fuck him, he's cheating. I'm like, no!
Yeah.
Guys, this has been a really long podcast. I don't know how the hell we got to all the topics we did, but all I'll say is, fuck Pickles.
Really?
That should be the name of the. That should be the name of this
Pickles are good.
episode.
Fuck Pickles and Rhinos.
Fuck Pickles, fuck Rhinos.
Yes.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I like that
Rather than how to properly hate homeschoolers.
one. Yeah.
Some people that like in the YouTube was like, I'm
I'm
homeschooled.
homeschooled. I'm like, just what? Just listen.
Yeah. We might have caught some more hate than we actually
I
anticipated.
doubt it.
Maybe people took
like
us a little too seriously
Yeah.
there.
A lot of people seem to like the podcast, so I'm glad they do.
Yeah.
It seems good.
That's just the format. I mean, we're just sitting in my living room right now. We got
Where
the
we do
audio
our
recorder.
streams.
Where we
Yeah.
do our streams, you know, just relaxing. Not at the desk where I can't, like, look at Aaron in the face because he's all the way over here. I can't see him, you know?
I'm always
Yeah.
looking at you and people go, does Shane always stare at Eric?
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, that's probably Blind Way podcast number 2.
Yeah.
Glad we cleared up the whole pickle issue. You know, Eric is very pro pickles now.
No.
Pro rhinos.
We don't have any commercials. We don't have any advertisements. We don't have anything like that to push.
We don't got shit.
We don't got shit. But if you have something you would like to advertise or any ideas on how we can change our format, you guys can email us at blindwaveproductions@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And
if you
also remember that this whole thing started because of our Patreon campaign.
Yeah.
So remember to check out our Patreon and also see what you can do to support us there as well. To reach some cool rewards, and we have some cool goals ahead. Of
Dude,
more,
one of the
more
best
content.
the best rewards we have is the early access thing.
Yeah.
People don't know about that yet because we haven't really jumped out on the summer schedule. But that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of content
Yeah.
coming out pretty soon, and all that stuff you can get early access about a week early, which is gonna be awesome. And like you don't have to wait, at least not as much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Hope you all have a good day or a good night or a good workout or a good drive, whatever you're doing.
Long
right now.
fucking workout.
Good eat.
Thank you once again. I'm Shane.
I'm Eric.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Aaron.
Aaron hit the button.
Fuck Pickles!